Hey there, sheepdoggers, and welcome to Sniper Elite 3, my unfair review. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at the game, and I'll talk about aspects of it, and whether I think it's worth it or not. First off, I'm not going to go through the options too much. Like, there is the game options, subtitles, bullet cam. Actually, they do quite a good thing with bullet cam. You know, increased, none, quick, no x-ray, minimal, reduced, normal, you know, all that kind of stuff. Multiplayer, bullet cam, yes, no. You know, they got the tutorials, the subtitles, the inventory, show, auto hide, etc. You know, they've got a lot of good options. Again, display, you've got the advanced stuff, all of this crap here. Brightness, graphics, detail, resolution, there you go. Audio, as I said, we're not going through it that much, blah, controls, etc. And yeah, there you go, that's the options. Actually, it's pretty good. And then you've got, we'll ignore the service record and the leaderboards. You've got the standard campaign. I've gone fairly far in that. You've got mission select, obviously you can go back over, you can go back over missions that you haven't done yet. Downloaded missions, I think I have one there because I pre-ordered, but I'm not sure. And cooperative, complete missions with a partner. Very, very fun playing with two people, and I'll go more into that. We'll go to the loadout as well soon. Challenges, this is a little disappointing. You've got Overwatch, survival, and solo survival, but you'll see these are the maps so far. I have a feeling there's going to be a map DLC, and I feel like they probably could have done more than just these two for the release. But it's not something that really is going to get on my nerves. You know, a map DLC for kind of survival, multiplayer, and so forth isn't. You know, it's a little bit of a dick move, but it's not that bad. And you have Overwatch here, which is again. Wait, sorry. There we go, mission select, tiger hunt, radio silence. You got two, again. And this is really fun, this Overwatch mode, because you have sniper and spotter. And the sniper doesn't have a kind of mid-close range, you know, like MP4 or that. We'll go over the weapons soon. And the spotter doesn't have a sniper rifle, so the spotter kind of has to spot for the sniper, and the sniper has to cover for the spotter while he goes in and completes missions. Really, really fun. I've done a bit of that with Tim, and I might do a video on that as well, actually, because I think that would be a fun one to do. Again, then multiplayer. Multiplayer is better than it was in Sniper Elite 2. If you played the multiplayer there, it's definitely better, but it's still kind of eh. You know, it's not amazing. I haven't played that much of it. I can see myself playing some of it. But yeah, I think it would depend on the server, because you know the servers have a lot of different options. So I think they could have done more with the multiplayer. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. What I was kind of thinking would be that it would be interesting to do things kind of along the lines of putting out a multiplayer kind of set, maybe a few less people than the 12 or however many is the max. I think it's 12. You know, kind of maybe 6 or so, 3 on each side, and you've got 3 snipers on each side, and then kind of a battle going on down below. And the sniper's job is to take out specific targets and stay undetected from the other snipers, and you know, kind of help your side win the battle. You know, that kind of thing could be really fun. But what it is basically, we'll go into the multiplayer quickly. It takes a little bit of time to get through, but yeah, so you've got deathmatch, team deathmatch, DK. I'm not sure what DK or NC is. No drop, casual, no crosshair, I guess, possibly, but mostly it's deathmatch, team deathmatch. I might check out the other things. I didn't. Yeah, no cross apparently is something. I don't know what those are. No cross and DK. In fact, we'll just have a very quick look at that, what those are. Okay, I can't find a proper explanation of what exactly it is. The DK and the DM, or something like that, or TM or something like If you know, can you put it in the comments, please? That'd be great. I'm not. Yeah, I had a look. I had a quick look on the internet, and there's no explanation as to what they are, which is a bit strange. But there you go. And lastly, we'll look at the loadout. Yeah. So as I said, the multiplayer, with 12 people, the deathmatch is too hectic. You know, it's kind of it's all right. It's decent, but it's not great because you end up getting sniped as soon as you spawn almost. And you're scared to stick your head out as well. So the loadouts, you have 4 different loadouts you can set up. I've only done 3 here really, and they're mostly the same. But we'll check out the guns. You've got the M1 Garand, kind of fairly fast firing, high rate of fire as it says. Carcano, high muzzle velocity, high recoil. Quite a lot of damage. See, comparative to the Garand. And the Gewehr, which is the German semi-automatic, sniper rifle. Low recoil, very low damage. And then the Lee Enfield, the one I tend to use, is the British bolt-action rifle. High stopping power, basically. A lot of damage, a lot of recoil, muzzle velocity, scope wobble, and not very good zoom. You can see the zoom is probably best on the Gewehr. Or the Carcano is slightly better as well. So yeah, those are all the different rifles. The Carcano, by the way, is Italian, and the Garand is US. So German, Italian, US, and UK, British. Then you got the these machine guns. You got the Sten, British. Quite useful. Not much for damage, not very accurate, but not too bad. MP40, probably one of the better ones. Accuracy better, range better, damage better, basically. Thompson, accuracy, rate of fire, damage, all good. And the Panzerschreck, which is anti-tank. We're going to go with the Thompson. And the Welrod pistol. So, this is silenced, the Welrod, for the pistols. It is very, very useful in campaign and in kind of loads of situations because you stay silent, people don't hear the gun. Damage not very good. If you don't hit them in the head, you're not going to kill them, so you have to be careful with your shots. And yeah, you know, rate of fire terrible, range terrible, damage pretty bad, but it is silenced, so if you want to stay undetected, use this. In campaign, there's really no need to use anything else, and the enemies will always have Lugers and possibly Webleys, and they'll be scattered about the map, so you can always pick those up anyway if you run out of ammo or if you need a close combat situation. The Luger, rate of fire, great. Range, decent. Damage, range, semi-decent. Damage, semi-decent. This is the gun I'd advise you to use if you're looking for a secondary kind of gun, after using up your machine gun, submachine gun. Webley is decent-ish range comparative to the rest. Damage, good. But the rate of fire is awful. It's pretty much just as bad as the Welrod. You have to cock your gun after every fire. Yeah, it's just... it's not really worth it, you know, unless you're really good with it and you just headshot people. But at the end of the day, you may as well use your rifle in third-person mode. So yeah, that's kind of up to you. But you know, I'd say Welrod is the way to go for most situations. And then you've got all the other things, all the inventory. You've got bandages, 2 health segments, medkit, full health. And a grenade is a grenade, dynamite is dynamite, landmine is a landmine, trip mine, people trip it and it blows up. S-mine, if you stand on it, it jumps up and blows your foot off or head off. And AP rounds helps you destroying vehicles. This is what I tend to use, 1 grenade, AP rounds, trip mine, bandage, S-mine, medkit, you know, all these very useful. You can also customize your rifle, get different things, see, you know, this one takes away recoil, adds zoom. You know, this one takes away zoom, adds scope wobble. I'm not sure. It improves right. It takes away. Sorry, it takes away the scope wobble. Scope wobble, and adds takes away zoom as well. So it doesn't wobble as much when you're aiming, but the zoom's not quite as good. And then you got the barrels, which will change things as well. You see muzzle velocity, reduces recoil, and it has a flash hider, so it doesn't flash as much when you fire. Harder to see, I guess, and this one is an advanced flash hider, and yeah, increases recoil again. You got your stock and your standard actions. They're all fairly standard, as they were. Reduces recoil, impairs rifle stability. You know, you can kind of decide what you want, dependent on each thing. And then you got all these different reticles. To be honest, one of the first thing I unlocked was the fine crosshair detailed. And if you look through all the others, I don't see much point in going with any of the other ones. This one, possibly, it's quite decent. The tactical, post 2 tactical, again, fairly decent. But most of them are much the same. There's not too much difference there. And I say the fine crosshair detailed is pretty much the best one to go for. And what we're going to do quickly is we're going to talk about the thing that I'm really worried about, which is this. There are 4 rifles. A lot of kind of space here, isn't there? And you know, there are 4 submachine guns. There are 3 pistols. I'm a bit worried that there's going to be a gun DLC, which would be really shit, because, you know, there were more guns in the original Sniper Elite, and I'm a little bit worried that they're going to try and get people buying these DLC. You know, as I said, map DLC, it'll be annoying, but I won't mind too much. But if they come out with a shit ton of ridiculous fucking rifle and, you know, gun DLCs, I'm gonna get pissed off, because, you know, I don't feel that's something you should do. You know, kind of like, oh, here's an extra gun, you don't have to pay for it, but we know you fucking are, kind of thing. So yeah, we'll go into the campaign. We will mission select, yes, thank you. We will go with Gaberun. And, oh, with the difficulty, you have Cadet, light challenge, no bullet ballistics. You don't have to worry about bullet drop. Marksman, fair challenge, simplified bullet ballistics, unforgiving enemies. Sniper Elite, prepare for a tough fight, realistic bullet ballistics, deadly enemies, friendly fire is turned on. And Authentic, only sniping purists and masochists are welcome. I haven't tried Authentic. I'm thinking about doing a stream where I play this on Authentic. But the nice thing is you can have this. So enemy skill, bullet realism, tactical assistance, minimap, awareness, indicators, and tagging are all still available. I feel like this is quite a nice way to go. Gravity and wind will affect bullets. Pay more attention to your stance and heart rate. Friendly fire is on. Elite, fight enemies who will work together and hunt you down. Veteran isn't too bad, but I find that veteran enemies are kind of still a bit too dumb. I mean, you know, even on Elite sometimes they'll be dumb, but on Veteran they're sometimes a bit too dumb for forgiveness. So let's carry on and go in.
But my work had drawn the attention of British naval intelligence. They'd been following one of Hitler's protégés sent to Africa, a ruthless advocate of nerve agents in the last war, General Franz Wahlen. Their informant, close to Wahlen, has gone dark, so they want me to investigate. My first port of call is the Gaberun Oasis, an Axis transport hub. Scout teams and commanders pass through here, along with intel. I have the cover of darkness on my side. There's a few officers in the area, so that's where I'll start my search. I can see plenty of elevation around the lake. Perfect to set up my rifle.
There we go.
There'll be a trail.
Okay.
I'll find it.
Good. So yeah, basically, as you might be able to see there, what are we? British intelligence recruited you. Yeah, the British didn't have anyone actually useful. They just recruited Americans all the time. That's fine. Okay, so one thing that annoys me are these little cartoons. I feel like they should have taken, you know, it's kind of silly cartoons where they're like, oh yeah, it's funny comedy, you know, like little bit of whimsy in a game that I don't really feel has the right to inject whimsy. I feel like they should, you know, make them a bit more serious. I don't know. It's just a personal little pet niggle that I don't really like. But there you go. So one thing you'll be able to see when we get in, And I'm playing with bullet cam and, you know, X-ray and everything on, so you'll be seeing that as well. One thing you'll be able to see here is it's fairly open. You know, doing this, if I do this kind of stealthily and properly, it might take me a good 20 minutes or so. And, you know, you can kind of go all the way along all of this. This isn't the best map exactly. That's game settings, and that's collectibles. Okay. And you got a few collectibles, and you got optional missions, and, you know, sniper's nest. You can see there, and there, and you can go and unlock them as well. There's quite a lot to do in each map, and there's a fair amount of running around. You can go silent. You can go full out, just not worrying and just sniping people on and on. You've of course got the ear stab. It doesn't always ear stab, but you have the ear stab. You've got twitching enemies. Oh, he's slowly going down. And one of the really cool new things you have is this. You see the sound. If you played Sniper Elite before, you'll know the sound cover. But the interesting thing is these aren't global. You know, they're in a very small, in a fairly small area. You can see here. Okay, you can see on the mini map here. You've got the sound thing. You have to disable these usually, but this one was already broken. And they cover up the sound, and it's actually quite cool because when you think about it, the sound that's being covered up is your rifle. You know, it doesn't have to. This sound doesn't really have to be heard by them down there too much. It's about the sound covering up your sound in the area, kind of thing. So yeah. Okay, let's get our binos out. Got one there, got him there, him there. So again, with the binoculars, you can tag. You can see my active tags are 4 out of 11. That's because I've leveled up quite a bit. I think I said leveled there, but I've actually leveled up quite a bit. And it means I can put more tags out and keep more tags active while I search for more people. And as always, you know, you can go in and you can see this guy has an MP40. He's a grunt, passive, kind of Batman stylish, really. But yeah. And we got a grunt there. Isn't he supposed to be an officer? Oh well. Let's get the few remaining people that might be patrolling about the area that I have to worry about. Oh, there's another thing. You can see you can destroy that truck by shooting out that and then shooting it again. 2 shots should kill it. When you're playing things like survival, that's very useful to know, because the truck, you can actually kill the trucks and everyone in them before they get unloaded and start killing you. Okay, I'm going to assume for the most part that's everyone. If we need, we can go loud and just go nuts and kill everyone. Should we get to a better position? Probably not. We've got this thing here, so do we? Okay, there you have the indicator. You can see there, it looks like I'm fine to fire on that, but I'm not. Something's in the way. It's probably this here. So what you want to do is you want to, there you go, so there, like that, and then wait for the noise. That's not going to come. Okay, there it is. Brilliant. Okay, let's give it a second. You can see in the bottom right is my heartbeat. The eye is like how visible I am to anyone looking my way. Okay, first, always if they're by themselves, no one else goes up there. Always take these guys out first. What the hell? There we go. And that is an eye destroyed. Did the bullet not? It kind of looked like the bullet didn't come out. Okay, so this one here is actually lasts for quite a long time. I guess because it's the first in the first proper mission in the campaign. Usually they're a bit shorter, and if you fire when they tail out, you can actually have some problems with people hearing you. So it's either a little bit buggy or a little bit iffy as to whether people will hear you if you fire too late. So it's best to get your aim up before before the sound starts going off, so you're ready to just fire pretty much as soon as possible. Alright, let's head down. So yeah, talking about this game, it is definitely a good game. It's definitely an improvement on the last one. You know, okay. Based on noise generated by your shots, this is relocation bar, and first shot will force them into cover. Further shots investigate, and then they might find out where you are from your shots. So they've got this really interesting relocate relocate feature, whereby when people start to figure out where you are, start to investigate, you can relocate and they'll lose you. And, you know, safely shoot again when the relocation bar empties. So you can actually play it a lot louder than you would think. There's, you know, you don't want to engage in close quarters combat. You always want to try and stay away from the enemy if you're using your rifle. Did someone almost see me? Well. The kind of the music and the everything is actually really quite good. Very worthwhile, I feel. And the world is really open, a lot more colourful. It's a lot less gritty. I mean, this is a kind of nighttime mission, but during the day it's very sunny, very colourful, very interesting. And yeah, everything in this is improved, I feel. They
collect from this corpse.
The only things that worry me are the kind of, you know, greedy money making. Eliminate and search key officers for intel. Oh god, is he going to see me? No, not quite. Yeah, the only thing that really worries me is that there's a certain, you know, the kind of the opportunities for DLC they might have felt were necessary. There we go, he's down. And you can, of course, go and grab these guys. It's probably a good idea for this one, because it's possible that we'll be having trucks coming through. Trucks tend to be quite stupid. Actually, quite stupid. So I may not have to worry about that, but it's better to be safe than sorry. There we go. And one thing, also, after you pick them up, holy crap, that guy's got a lot of blood on his face. After you pick them up, you can't actually loot them. So if you're running low on well-rolled ammo or ammo in general, you want to loot them first and then move them. And we got a dead guy up here who lost an eye. Hey mate, how you doing? Oh, he's got his eye back. Congratulations. Well, it's not really going to help you, but congratulations. There we go. Nothing found. You can also find weapon mods or something, like weapon parts, I think, possibly. Okay, I can't pick that up. As you can see here, I do not have sound cover. So, I can hopefully show you. I mean, you can see the rifle rubble. Matt, what is it when you're with me in the word rifle? Okay, so you can see if we shoot this guy and go back behind cover, because there's no sound cover. Oof. There we go. Suspicious.
Time to relocate.
So he says, time to relocate. If I relocate, then they won't know where I am anymore, and they'll, you know, the first thing they do is they go into cover. Is this a sniper nest? No. Okay. The first thing they do is go into cover. The second thing they do is start searching for you, and they can be fairly good at finding you as well, especially on the higher difficulties. It's not much of a drop. Okay, let's see if I can. Sometimes when they can't find you, they will just kind of go back on patrol and etc. Why is that blocked off? Shit! Fuck! And fail again. There we go. Long shot. If there is no one else in, we can do a quick relocate though. Unfortunately, there's no one in the area, so it won't work. But And now you see what we can do is we can go to, you know, I could kind of skirt around here, up here, and go to this one if I want. You know, it's so less linear comparable to a lot of the other Sniper Elite games. Okay, we can't. There is certain restrictions, obviously, but it's so linear in the other Sniper Elite games. It's nice to have this one, which is a lot less linear, a lot more open, and it kind of lets you choose where you want to go, what objectives you want to do, and so forth. And you can see the eye icon. The stealth is a lot better. I'm not brilliant at stealth, but the stealth is a lot better. It's done with more. I think they learned a lot from previous games, and they took in the suggestions from people, and you know, they really managed to improve the game. So for the most part, I mean, you know, we're just going to do a little bit more of this, but really, you know, this is what the game is. You know, this is the core of the game. It's the single player, it's the co-op, it's the survival and the campaign. You know, the multiplayer, it's not bad, but you know, it's not what you're going to be it's not what you're going to be playing, what you're going to be enjoying. I've already done 8 hours of this co-op with Tim, and I've had fun. You know, it's actually quite addictive. Okay, let's get this guy down. Oh god, there's 2 of them. What way is he gonna go?
Nanu?
So you see, that was the suspicious. That was the suspicion gauge, and then you've also got the. Shit! Fuck, that was close. So you got the yellow is the suspicion when they think something's wrong, and the red is the kind of aggression when they'll just go, nope, we're gonna kill him, and then they'll start alerting people. Luckily, I just got it on time, but you can see how quickly it goes up. And if I'd have missed that second shot, I'd have been screwed. It's very hard to hit with the well rod as well, especially when moving or anything like that. Got to be very careful moving, because they can see you from. This one's a night mission, so it's not quite as apparent, but there is a certain level of. There we go. We're on time. There is a certain level of you know, them being able to see you from quite far away, especially if you're not in the shadows or anything like that.
Cover my 6 with a trap.
Here we go. The other thing is we have our landmines and etc. We will actually put a landmine about here, I think, and one about here, just in case. I'm kind of intending to go loud for this one. Hopefully there are quite a few more around this area, so hopefully I'll be able to get some good kills in first. Okay, it's just the one, so we can take him down quite easily. Don't fall down. Shit. Alright. That's like a war diary or it's a collectible, basically. So there's one guy who's suspicious at the moment. We've also got a sniper nest here. It's just basically a good place to shoot people with. You know, you see you've got this aim on this guy here. Is the sound gonna go off? No. Just at the wrong time. And now, you know, I've got this means that here I've got sound cover to take out these guys over here. Take out anyone I want, basically. Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, so I don't know how he got past my fucking traps. Let's deal to some people quickly, and then I'll finish the game and talk a little bit about things. That lung? That's lung.
essere vicino. Controllate lì. Riesco a vedere.
There we go. I'm not sure. I think I should be aiming that really. And you can see like they're not all exactly the same. Grenade. And oh, the other thing we should talk about, hopefully soon. Shit. Well, there you go. That's why you really don't want to be too loud unless there's a good spot. That wasn't a brilliant spot for me, but let's go out. There we go. Yeah, so that's Sniper Elite. You know, in my own personal opinion, a very, very good game, very worthwhile. You know, for the more specifics, the campaign's excellent. You will have so much fun playing. If you like this kind of game, you have so much fun playing it. The co-op, again, if you have a friend who's interested in this, definitely this is a great game. You know, absolutely wonderful, and you'll have so much fun, kind of, especially if you like being tactical and sneaky together and everything. You know, really worthwhile, because, you know, it's just you know, you can spend ages planning and then, you know, set it up and execute it perfectly. I mean, with myself and Tim, there are instances where we both have a silencer, and there's two enemies, you know, kind of chatting together, and we count down and go, what, 3, 2, 1, and then both shoot, and it's so satisfying to both shoot the guys at the same time, then move up, you know, cover each other, spot for each other, etc. So yeah, there's a certain amount of enjoyment in the tactical, but in the kind of, if you're wanting a bit more kind of balls to the wall action, the survival is excellent. You know, or you just get waves of enemies coming at you and you have to defend a position. You know, you can do it in the campaign as well if you like, if you're not too interested in being that stealthy. But, you know, on the harder difficulties, it really will be a challenge, because it's bloody difficult. You know, as you can see, like, your health goes down quickly, there's a whole load of enemies, they react quickly to you. So, yeah, you know, there's not much to detract away from this game. A few things I will say. It's good that you can turn the X-ray off, because it can be kind of disturbing. I think you kind of feel like it makes things a bit too visceral, maybe a little bit too visceral, and you may just feel uncomfortable with it. But you can turn it off. You know, you can have just the regular bullet cam, you know, kind of slow down shot, or you can have whatever. It feels a little visceral. It feels a little perverse almost. Personally, I don't mind it too much. I will kind of shrink away from it a little bit, and, you know, make uncomfortable face when it gets really, like, you know, kind of straight through the head, you know, through an eyeball and then through the brain and etc. But, you know, it's there, so, you know, if you can deal with it, or if you enjoy it, fair play. The multiplayer, yeah, I don't know what the other settings are. The deathmatch, team deathmatch, they're a bit close together. In the games I've experienced, either one side totally dominates the other, and every time you spawn you get killed. And in the deathmatch it's even worse, you know, because, you know, you'll get a couple of people who are quite good at it, and they'll just kill you the instant you spawn. The other thing to think about is that in the team deathmatches, it tends to be kind of close in. You know, there's not that much space, there's not that many high points, so you do get people running around and just using their semi-automatic, if they have a semi-automatic, their submachine gun. If they have a submachine gun, they run around with their submachine gun and just kill people like that, and it makes things a bit more boring. It makes things very unsniper. So I don't know what if the other game modes are a bit more inventive, then that would be good, but I'm not sure about that. So yeah, there you go. The last thing to do is look at my service record. You can see I've got collectibles, ribbons, medals, statistics. But yeah, 700 kills, shot distance, longest shot, campaign progress, found collectibles. Let's have a look at the stats. Yeah, so player rank, tag assists, relocations, favorite weapon, longest shot, total shot, kills. unaware kills, empty long, timing empty long, piercing. I don't know what piercing is exactly, but and you can even do things which is quite interesting, like I had one shot that was really interesting that I said really interesting twice, that's not good. Probably should close this out fairly soon. There was a guy behind an AA gun, and I couldn't quite get an angle on him, and because the way the kind of shield bit was faced, he was just out of angle, and I actually shot at him hoping to hit him, and the shot ricocheted off the top of the base of the gun and straight up into his face. And so you can ricochet and stuff, and if you're watching a friend shoot, you can see their ricochet fly off into the air after it's passed through some poor bastard. So yeah, you got challenges as well. I think what's going to happen is they're going to start adding DLC challenges and guns and maps and things like that, which is going to be a bit of a shame. I understand, it's a company, it needs to make money, but at the end of the day, they could have added, like, this is a little too bare here with the survival maps. 2 survival maps, I'd say 5, and then I'd be a bit less critical about, it feels like they've given us too little in these situations. 2 maps for all of these challenges at this point screams DLC. It screams, they're going to add more that you can download, and it's not like a massive deal because you don't have to play them, but when you're enjoying the game and you want the situation in different places, it is kind of I'm not going to say like it's like heinous, but it's a little bit of a kind of like, ooh, look at this, this is really fun, isn't it? And now here you go, pay more money for a bit more content, and it's just a bit of a shit, really. Hopefully, like some other companies do occasionally, they'll release some free shit, but you never know. Anyway, guys, Sniper Elite, very, very worthwhile. It's quite expensive, so really do have a think before you grab it. Best thing to do, I'd say, grab it with a friend, play through the campaign on cooperative. It's so much fun going through the first time with a mate of yours, not really knowing what to do, but working things out together and etc. Playing the Overwatch is great with a friend. Playing the survival also great with a friend, but if you don't have anyone else who wants to pay the money, it's still worthwhile. It's not just worthwhile with a friend, but if you can, play with a friend. So there you go, guys, that's my unfair review. If you didn't agree with me, fair play. It's not everyone agrees. If you were to say, should I get it, should I not, it's one of my favourite games so far this year. I really do love it that much. Take from that what you will, If you've already been interested in it and you just weren't sure you wanted to spend that much money, I'd say, yeah, maybe take a risk on it, give it a shot. You'll probably enjoy it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.